Good. I'm Mitchell Foster, and I'm here with Scott Lucas from Local H. So, Scott, first thing, thank you so much for taking the time to do this, man.
No
I
problem.
really appreciate it.
Okay.
I know you were brutally attacked and you were mugged last year in Russia, and you sustained some injuries to your vocal cords.
Right.
So, how have your vocal cords healed since the attack?
It gets better. I mean, like every month, it's just getting better and better. I mean, when I came back from that, like I couldn't sing at all, and so we had to cancel a leg of a tour, and we'd never done that before. So that really sucked. But even when we went back out, there was just a lot of songs I couldn't do yet.
Really?
So yeah, but that's getting better all the time.
Good. How often do you think about that day?
How often do I think about it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. I don't think of it as something that was especially traumatic. I mean, the only thing that really sucks about it was, that we had to cancel like a tour.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, now it's just a funny story or something that happened to me. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like when the Olympics had all that stuff going on, I was kind of like, all right, well, it made me think of that. And it made me think, all right, well, maybe people will see what I'm talking about. But whatever.
Do you plan on writing anything about it musically or anything like that?
I don't think so.
No.
Something. I can't think of what I would say about it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, all right. Thank you. In 2008, you put out a record called 12 Angry Months. Mm-hmm. And I know this was a very personal record for you. Mm-hmm. And it with each song being dedicated to each month in the calendar year post a failed relationship, correct? Mm-hmm. So what type of therapy would you say writing a really personal record like 12 Angry Months provides?
I don't know. I'm not really sure what I got out of that as far as therapy goes. It was just something that I wanted to do. It was just like I wanted to make, a breakup record, and I wanted to make it explicitly a breakup record. So I just approached it like sort of an exercise, but I also had to make sure that everything on the record was honest, and I really wanted to go to places lyrically that I hadn't gone before. I don't know.
Well, with that being said, is it emotionally difficult to perform any of those songs live, particularly September, Simple Please?
No.
No?
No. It's all fine.
Cool.
I mean, every once in a while I catch myself thinking about something, but that's like anything, like all songs can remind you of something else.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you. So Local H has been around for 25 years now. So what is Scott Lucas's inspiration to keep writing and recording and playing live?
I don't know. I just I just enjoy it, and I imagine that I'd probably write songs still, even if it wasn't my job,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, at this point, it's kind of who I am, and I'm fine with that, I mean, some people, they want, I'll hear somebody say, "It's like, I don't want this to be just who I am," and I don't really understand that kind of thinking.
Yeah,
I can't really separate myself from this band.
So it sounds like you put your entire self into it. Local H is you, in a sense.
More or less, yeah, in some sense.
Cool. Well, let's get nostalgic. What is one of the most emotionally memorable shows that you've ever played, and was it a festival or a small venue or something else? Something that sticks out.
Probably, getting to play a show at the first place that I ever saw my first concert was probably, that was pretty cool. Because, there was a moment where, you were playing that was a real full circle moment where you're like, all right, this is kind of like, like literally a dream come true.
Yeah.
So, and it was nice to be able to recognize that as it was happening and really enjoy that.
That's awesome. Thanks. So every time I've seen Local H, you've performed the fan favorite, of course, Bound for the Floor. Can you tell me why you believe bands should always perform their most popular songs live, or if they should?
Well, I don't believe that.
Or why do you perform that song?
Well, we don't always perform it. Like our last tour that we didn't perform it.
I saw that in set list. You omitted it a few times.
So, like, if we don't feel like playing it, we won't play it.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. But, it's kind of like, I just try to put myself in the shoes of, like if I were coming to see us, what I'd want to hear,
Yeah.
So, that's usually the inspiration and the guide behind it. And, you've also got songs that are, like, in your back pocket, and what those songs will do for people, and what kind of reaction you'll get. So you want to pull those things out.
Cool. So Bound for the Floor was on an album called As Good as Dead.
Mm-hmm.
With more and more people seeking vinyl and albums being pressed on vinyl, have you considered releasing As Good as Dead on vinyl?
We're talking about releasing everything on vinyl.
Cool.
But as far as those island records go, that might be a little tricky, getting Universal to let us do that. So we're working on it. We'll see what happens.
Okay, thanks. Well, let's talk your cover album, Local H's awesome mixtape #1. Since your TV on the radio cover of Wolf Like Me was such a success, do you have any plans to maybe record mixtape #2? And if so, are there any fun covers you're looking forward to?
Yeah, we will probably do mixtape #2 pretty quickly. I think we've already sort of narrowed down the songs that we want to do.
Cool.
There's some songs like from George Harrison on there that we're looking at, and Lord and Soulside, just a bunch of different type of bands.
Nice. Awesome. Did you see the Bruce Springsteen cover of Lord?
I saw that, and fuck him. We were doing him before he was. So.
Yeah, damn. You can still do it.
No, we will.
Awesome.
It's not the same song. Anyway.
Okay, cool. All right, so I know you're recording and touring with Scott Lucas and the Married Men. What would you say your inspiration was to begin that project, and what do you enjoy most about its differences from Local H?
That record started as sort of like a really personal record. Like far more personal than 12 Angry Months. And so I just didn't really feel like it was the first time where I had a group of songs that I didn't feel like I could do with Local H. So got that band together with a bunch of friends of mine, and yeah, it's different, and it was something that I'd never thought about doing before, like a solo record, but it just seemed like the right time and the right songs to do.
What do you like about performing with the Married Men versus doing your Local H stuff?
There's a lot more people on stage, and so there's a lot more collaboration going on, and it's just a lesson learning to do less, and be able to step back and let other people fill in the gaps, and that was pretty hard to sort of learn how to do that.
Yeah. Sounds like it would be less stressful, but it's almost just as stressful for you, because you're thinking, do I have to fill in these gaps or not?
Yeah, you kind of got to let go of the reins a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which isn't always easy to do.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a good job. All right. So what other projects do you have going on? This is your opportunity to plug anything you want, if you have anything.
Well, I'm working on I've got this sort of Stonesy type of band called Early Sound that I just play guitar in, and then I got this other thing called Mary Shelley that I'm doing with Jimmy Chamberlain from the Smashing Pumpkins, and this jazz guy Matt Ullery, and it's like all pretty much instrumental, and we're playing the music. We're scoring basically Battleship Potemkin, and so we'll be playing a performance during a screening of that movie. So yeah,
That's awesome.
staying busy.
That sounds really cool. Thanks for telling us about that. Well, lastly, this question comes from one of your fans, John Clater. You often have 2 1/4-inch cables plugged into one guitar, and so you can emulate guitar and bass simultaneously. Do you have any favorite amp heads that you've used, or anything you really love?
I mean, for bass, I like SVTs. They're great, and I don't know if I'd be able to get the bass sound that I get without those heads. And my guitar is a matchless head, a Super Chief, and it's pretty great.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks. Well, that's all I got for you,
That's
man.
it? Okay.
Yeah. Many thanks to Scott Lucas from the legendary band Local H. You can catch them on tour in the U.S. until at least May 3rd.
Even after May, into June.
End of June. They're on tour. Are you going overseas at all?
No plans yet. No.
Okay. So U.S. until end of June. You can read a transcribed version of this interview at www.showsigoto.com. Cheers.